Hello my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverley and it is lovely to see you today. In this video we're going to be having a cup of tea together and reviewing a witchy book, so grab your brew, let's get to it. Before I start, I do need to say that this is not a sponsored video. Nobody's paid me to say nice things about their products. The tea was gifted to me and the book was bought with my own money. So if you ever enjoy these videos, if you enjoy my content, why not head down to my Ko-fi link. There you can leave me a little tip. That would help me to run this channel, or you can pay me a little bit per month if you would like. Or you can just follow me there so you never miss any of my videos or any of my blog posts, so the link will be down below. No pressure, but it would just help me out a lot in running this channel. As always, before we get to anything here, do make sure to like, comment and subscribe. It helps my channel to grow so much, and I would love to help more people on their witchcraft journey, so don't forget to do that. But let's get to it, shall we? Now, as always, we talk about the brew before we get to the review, and this is a tea spectral tea that's recently come back to their store in the tins. This was a beautiful collaboration with It's a Charming Life, who are one of my favourite YouTube channels, and Tea Spectral do team up with YouTubers and influencers. They're a really wonderful tea brand. I pimp them out so much here on the channel because I absolutely love them. This tea in particular I've chosen today is called Sweater Weather because it's autumn and I wish it was colder, that I could wear proper sweaters, not just like a knitted t-shirt. Let's check out the tea. I haven't had it since like last time it was sweater season, so let's have a little sippy sip. Honestly, Tea Spectral just never lets you down. It's always such a beautiful, unique flavour. I've just got it here in my Frankenweenie mug with a little bit of cow juice. That's it, no need for sweetener. It's just a beautiful tea. I will leave a link down below where you can get it yourself. Treat yourself to a lovely cup of tea so you can curl up and read a good book. Speaking of, let's get to the review. Okay, so this month I was reading The 12 Faces of the Goddess by Danielle Blackwood. Transform your life with astrology, magic and the sacred feminine. What can I say? This is a beautiful looking book. That's what made me buy it, actually. You know when you're shopping on Amazon, you buy something and they like pop up things that you would probably like? This flashed up and I was like, look at the cover. Yes, I want to buy you, and so I did. I've always wanted to get into astrology, but I've never quite understood how it worked. I have had my birth chart done, and that was really great insight, but I wanted to learn a little bit more about astrology, and so this book, just so good for that. The cover art is beautiful, but there isn't any kind of illustrations inside, it's just the cover. So if you like illustrations with your book, this is not a book for you, but the cover, just absolutely gorgeous. I love this sort of artwork so much. It's just, the palette is beautiful and the back is gorgeous. There is only one problem I can say with this book, and that is it's a little bit, personally I'm trying to decolonize my practice, so I try not to use practices from other faiths and religions and other cultures. I want to base my practice in England and in English practice and a little bit of Greek because my ancestors were Greek. So for me that's where my practice is kind of settling in. But there are places in this book where they mention things that are taking from other faiths, taking from other religions, and personally I've come to believe that that is colonization thinking. I will leave some resources down below if you want to learn a little bit more about that. but there's a point where they say just grab some sage and smudge your home. Now, smudging is a Native American practice. It is a closed practice. It is something that we don't know how to do. It isn't just wafting sage around their home. It's a whole ritual that we don't know anything about. They don't share it, and they shouldn't, because it's their practice. When we use incense or plants or whatever it is to cleanse our home, we are doing that. We are cleansing our home. We're not smudging. So when they mention smudge your home, that really annoyed me. I was like, that's not smudging. And there's no mention to the fact that, oh, smudging is not a practice that you can do if you're not Native American. Their last name is Blackwood, so maybe this person is Native American, but then I think if they were, they wouldn't mention it in here because it is a closed practice. Also, some of the goddesses associated with the different signs are from other pantheons, like the one for my personal is Pisces, and it's Kuan Yi, who is a Buddhist goddess. So just bear these things in mind. If it's something that is not of your culture, just kind of leave it alone. I can do a whole video about decolonizing your practice. I can do a whole video about that. If you'd like to know more, definitely let me know down in the comments. I can easily do that. This book, however, is a really, really wonderful introduction to astrology. It goes into quite in depth in the first few sections about what all the different things are, where the planets are, what it means if a planet is in a certain place, what the different archetypes of the different astrological signs are. It just goes into them in such detail, but also in a way that is accessible to an absolute beginner, which I was very thankful for, because I have picked up beginners books before and then been like, what are you even talking about? So I really appreciated that. It was a really good basic understanding, and I feel like I have like a stepping stone to now learn more, which I'm very, very grateful for. It's just a really nice introduction. And what's also great is each Pisces, I think she gives about 10 pages to each of the star signs, so you can look up your particular star sign. They will have what in particular that star sign is like in depth, and then they will have a ritual and a goddess, and also an oil that you can make for your particular astrological sign, which is really, really interesting. I loved like reading more in depth about what it is to be a Pisces, and to learn a bit more about oils that I could bring into my practice. That was so interesting, and I'm so glad that they introduced that into the book as well. I will also say this book is beautifully written. Like, some of the imagery is just, it just takes you to a time and place, and I love that. Sometimes you just need that. So I'm going to read a little bit. This is just the beginning paragraph to the Pisces section on page 243, and it's beautiful. Although we come to the end of the cycle as we move into Pisces season, there are signs of renewal here. In the space of one day, or even 1 hour, the last of the winter storms rage, and then magically give way to elf rain dazzling through sunlight. Rainbows arch across the sky, and prisms sparkle in each drop of water. Pisces is a mutable water sign. It is the last of the threshold signs, taking us from winter's end to the gateway of spring equinox. Isn't that just beautiful? I love when people do that kind of magical writing that takes you into the moment. The story of Pisces is just given in that little section. I absolutely love that, and there is so much more of that kind of writing in this book. So if you enjoy that as well, that poetic, lovely storytelling, grab this book. It's really good. I definitely struggled at times with it because it is going into a completely new thing, and as always with new information and new things that you're learning, you can get a little bit lost. You can feel a little bit like, what are you even talking about? And you have to reread things a few times. But I love learning new skills. You all know this about me. If you're on the channel at all, you know I love learning new things. So getting into astrology, if you're interested in that, definitely grab this book. It's a good one. So you may be asking yourself, what about next month, Beverley? What are we reading next? Next up is this book that my husband bought me yesterday, and it's The History of Magic, From Alchemy to Witchcraft, From the Ice Age to the Present, by Chris Gosden. I am so excited to read this book. I cannot even tell you how excited I am to just look into the history of magic. It's quite a thick book, but I think I'm going to be just so excited. And did I see some pictures? I did see some pictures. You know, I love pictures in my books. They look really good as well. So I'm really excited to just kind of look into the history, look into what my ancestors might have practiced, look into how we might have looked at magic over the time that humans have been here. Really interested in this. I'm so glad he got it for me. And so as always, if you want to read either of these books, I will leave an affiliate link to them down below so that you can read along with me. Don't forget to check out Tea Spectral. I will leave links to this specific tea as well as just to Tea Spectral because their teas are so good. I wish you could taste it through the screen somehow because it's just so beautiful, so nice. Cannot say enough about the company. They are amazing people behind the brand. Really lovely friends of the channel here, so definitely go and check them out. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you got something out of it, that maybe you're inspired to try some new tea or to try a new book. I love doing these Brew reviews with you, so if you enjoy them, head down below and leave it a cheeky little like so I know that you enjoy it and I can bring more book reviews and things to my channel. Don't forget to check out my Ko-fi link. No pressure at all, but it would help me greatly with buying things to have on the channel. While you're down there, don't forget to leave me a comment. Have you read these books? Are you going to treat yourself and buy the books? Do you love Tea Spectral as much as I do? Definitely let me know all the things down below. And if there's any books or any items that you would like me to review, definitely leave me links down below. I'm always open to trying new things. So yeah, just leave me a comment. And last but certainly not least, if you like my content, if you like my face, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you part of the Butterfly Famalam here. You are more than welcome to grab your wings and learn to fly on the channel. Hit that subscribe button, ring that little bell so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here Mondays and Fridays, my health permitting. I always do my very best to be here with you every week, twice a week. I hope you're all having a really magical, lovely day. Grab your cup of tea, kick your feet up, watch some more of my videos. I hope you're having a really lovely time here and I will see you next time. Bye.